Good afternoon. My name is Gonca Paşalar and I'm coming from Istanbul, Turkey. I'm the partner of EAA EMRE AROLAT Architects, which is one of the largest practices in Turkey. We are a team of around 50 people producing various projects in Turkey and abroad. I may say that our office is the continuation of Arolat Architects, which was founded in 1961 by parents of EMRE AROLAT, who are both architects. EMRE has attended the practice in 1987, which would last with a partnership of 17 years. And in 2004, we founded EMRE AROLAT Architects. Our main office is in Istanbul, and we opened the second one in London last year as our step to Europe. Before anything else, I'd like to say that I'm very happy and honored to be here to present our very special project to this crowd and to the executive jury. Now, let me tell you a bit about the current socio-political climate in Turkey. The current government has been in power since more than 11 years. To speak honestly, they made a big move during the last decade and the country prospered very rapidly. In this period, construction sector was somehow the principal engine of this regime's economic policy. But on the other side, there was and there is now, let's say, an uncanny situation. Especially after 2005, every single day, a brand new project came to the market. Without any master plan or any general strategy, all the vacancies of the cities has been the subject of a delirium manipulated by the government. Some of you may know Istanbul. It's a metropolis with about 15 million. The other part is relatively empty but full of water reservoirs and forests. They serve as elixirs of the city. From right to left, we call them the Three Musketeers, which are the third bridge, the third airport, and our Cleverdick project, Canal Istanbul, are joining forces to destroy this ecological system. The third airport terminal of Istanbul and the third bridge are now two gigantic projects which are under construction. And no one should be so smart to guess that lack of water will be the biggest issue in the city in the very near future. In EAA, we are facing this situation just frontally. But even in this atmosphere, instead of being affirmative or, let's say, a kind of current capitalist systems agent, without questioning what's going on, we believe that a producing architect could take a critical position and undertake a more opponent role. Even in this atmosphere, instead of being defined only as producing well-designed or good-looking buildings, we consider our practice as an activity about rising fresh ideas. We always are learning from people, from roots, tradition, different contexts, dialectics, and of course new techniques, and sometimes from the wind, sun, or rain. I can say very roughly that potentials of public benefits and sensitivity about the context are the main issues of our practice. We believe that this situation charges the architect with a responsibility which is much more important and definitely more complicated than being an unconcerned producer of image industry or a mediator of the society of spectacle. In our office, our production varies through very different scales and subjects. And today I will present you the SANCAKLAR mosque from such a context. A couple of years ago, a foundation called SANCAKLAR got in touch with our office about a project for a new mosque. To speak honestly, as a prejudgment, we thought they were looking for a replica of an Ottoman mosque. Because in Turkey, even today, when you design a new mosque, the first thing that you have to face is the figurative burdens of the classical Ottoman mosque as a weird anachronism. We told them immediately that we are not that kind of architects, and the meeting finished dustily. On the other hand, of course, We are fans of Ottoman architecture and Ottoman mosques and find them extremely beautiful. We adore their volumetric compositions, but today, I mean, after a half a millennium, even though the construction techniques are totally renewed, the general expectation from a new mosque is still a replica, which is pathetic. It's an issue we face every day. We are accustomed to see brand new replicas or even caricatures everywhere in the country. These are two examples, one from the latest part of the 20th century. The one on the left is a replica of a replica in Ankara with more reasonable proportions, but combined with a supermarket. And the one on the right, which is in Mersin, rather than minarets, you can think that 6 rockets will start their engines soon. And here on the left, you see the original Selimiye Mosque from 16th century, one of the masterpieces of architect Sinan İnegir'ne. And on the right, the brand new Ataşehir Mosque, built in 2010 in Istanbul as a clumsy replica of its original nearby strange residential skyscrapers. Now, a few days later, the head of the foundation called again and came to the office with this picture, which was reflecting the general atmosphere of the area where they were willing to build the new mosque. We were extremely impressed by the lake and the untouched aura of the valley. Additionally, he said that they were ready to give us a realm of freedom for the design, and we accepted the project. As a routine process, we went back to the roots, to antiquity, in order to find a way for radicalization. We saw that masjid simply means a place to prostrate and does not dictate any form. It has to be clean. That's the only notion. So in a way, anywhere on the earth can be a masjid or a praying space. We discovered one more time that there is no formal definition for a mosque in the Quran or in any other source. We have seen that they diversified under the influence of different cultures throughout the history. So instead of searching for new and extravagant forms, we tried to reach the essence. This was the essence of the ritual of praying. On the other hand, we realized that due to the intense pressure of global capitalism, Islamic architecture is passing through a dangerous period, the dangers of losing its virtue and its identity. A very good example of such contamination is Mecca, where the Kaaba is, the most sacred site in Islam. Over the years, Mecca has transformed from the center of the earth to the center of tourism. Nowadays, it's a kind of prime real estate asset. Big construction companies build luxury homes and 7-star hotels. I think with this kind of intentions, we cannot talk about modesty, nobleness, or humility, or let's say unpretentiousness doesn't live here anymore. Take Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi as an example, another example, one of the latest landmarks of Islamic architecture, which became famous for having the biggest carpet and the most bombastic chandelier. It's a place for diplomatic visits, it's a tourist attraction, it's a place to see and to be seen at, and it's a place for Facebook and Instagram at last. Okay, I think we can go back to the essence now once again with the mark of modesty, humbleness, and humility. SANCAKLAR Mosque is located in Büyükçekmece at the outskirts of Istanbul. The land has a lovely view overlooking the lake. It's an initial photo of the site. As you can see, the land has a mild slope and the wild-looking landscape is really spectacular. As an important decision, we did put the form away in the beginning of the design process. We aimed to discard all cultural burdens which could affect the purity of our consciousness. In this respect, we try to suppress the architectural language as much as possible. Actually, it's not wrong to say that this mosque is trying to tackle with the formalistic attitude of most architecture in Turkey. How we did it? As I told, the site had a mild slope. And we thought we could play with the topography a little bit. Without spoiling this lovely field, but gently manipulating the ground like this, we saw that we could turn the upper part into a courtyard with a view. By placing the main space below, we aimed for the building to disappear in the slope of the land. In this way, the whole building could turn into a part of the place, maybe even as if it had been there all the time, who knows? With the help of a simple slit, we got the daylight, natural light into the main hall below. This natural light, which is washing the Qibla wall during the day, reflects all kinds of colors as the only decoration of the space. Here you see some pictures from the construction time, the light coming to the Qibla wall, and some other pictures from the construction. And this is the final situation. While approaching the land, we almost see nothing other than some horizontal walls and the vertical mass, and the courtyard, of course, which is the minaret, and it signifies the place. Let's go back to the site plan again. Since the main road is traversing into the maximum layer, it cuts all the visibility with the neighbors. And let's see it closer. There are 3 entrances to the land, reds from the upper level and the blue from a lower level to serve for the elderly access. Now we are inside the upper courtyard and we see the minaret and the funeral space and the same space from the opposite angle. Now let me walk you through the courtyard and then through a lovely slope down to the prayer hall. From the upper courtyard to the lower level, you'll see the cascades following the slope and turning into stairs. And the lower level, where you find the entrances of the main hall, the ablution rooms, library, and the tea house. Let's go to the ground floor and the lower level, I can say. Here you see the prayer hall with 3 entrances, 2 for the men and 1 for the women. The first one is for the women, and the ablution rooms, the imam's house, and the opposite side, the library, the tea house, and an open-air seating area. We used all around the project natural materials as a very local stone, timber, and together with water. Like the old Islamic Ottoman complexes, this is a place for praying as well as gathering. This is a kind of outer meditation space, and sometimes different users enjoy the space, which we like. Another open-air seating area, Imam's house entrance on the left, and on the right you can see the library facade, the glass facade, which is on the right. And these are the entrances of the main hall and the ablution rooms. And we are inside now. You'll see the minbar, mihrab, and the natural light washing the Qibla wall, which reflects all kinds of colors all through the day as the main decoration of the place. The opposite view of the hall. A wow letter from Mehmet Özçay, a very special calligrapher. Unlike the conventional mosques, here women can pray at the forefront. Especially on Fridays, the mosque is full and we are happy about the embracement of the community, really. But between you and me, we as architects like much more like this kind of secluded photographs. Coming to the end, let me read you a quotation from Quran. Even if we are not experts, this is our favorite. Don't walk upon the earth bragging. You can never cleave the earth, nor can you reach up the mountains. Thank you.